of day 4 of the national recount. Today we have gone up a bit again in the number of boxes counted. We are at 48 today. We have 14 completed for Region 1 today, 11 for Region 2, 12 for Region 3, and another 11 for Region 4. As I've indicated earlier, we continue to move along. Of course, where issues may arise, the Commission have been meeting periodically to ensure that those issues are clarified and whatever resolution is brought to those issues. As it relates to the tabulation exercise of the total 156 boxes that we've completed as of today, they were able to complete tabulation for the general election, 129 of those SORs, and for the regional elections, 115 of those SORs. Today, the Commission met and to examine some of the key issues that were raised with them by agents, and one of that was as it relates to the tabulation time. And so the decision of the Commission is that tabulation will now commence from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. instead of the 5 p.m. that was initially communicated. Also, there was a decision as it relates to the time that the last box should be extracted from the container, and the decision of the Commission was that the last box should leave the container at 5 p.m. So once 5 p.m., the last box should be extracted. Anytime beyond that, a box will not be extracted, because based on the time frame that we are also considering the number of ballots that may be in a box, it may be difficult to complete a box being extracted from the container later than that time to complete at the 7 o'clock end of day time. So that's where we're at. Of course, also the Commission has decided, as it relates to the observation, to have that report be read. You would have noticed from the audio stream that we're providing in the tabulation exercise that when that statement of recount is shown on screen and the observation report is shown just after, for those who are viewing, even those that are in the center, you're not able to discern what those observations are. And so the decision of the Commission today was that those observation reports will now be read, so that persons who are listening and viewing that stream will have a sense as to some of the observations that are coming out from this. I want to refer you to, particularly again, I've been emphasizing the order, which is the document that has been guiding this process of this recount. And while I think I've seen something just now on Facebook as it relates to GECOM implementing systems that are not in compliance with the order. Now, the objective of this recount exercise, as we talk to garner the results of the election, also one of the key objectives is really to establish the credibility of this process, and which that is detailed in the order. And therefore, that observation report, which is generated based on each SOR, will say a lot about the process. So it is important that persons who are part of the exercise understand what are some of those observations from each of those boxes, so that they can relate to how this process is going.